Welcome back to the F&A Grand Prix. We missed the Austria one.
Yeah.
We just finished watching the British Grand Prix. But should we just say our predictions first, what we said before?
Predictions for qualifying or predictions
Just for the race.
for the race? I had PS3, Norris, Hamilton.
I had Hamilton, Norris, Piastri. I just had a lot of hope. But yeah, those were our predictions for the race.
I could have won.
Right? Yeah, you could have won because I feel like Ferrari's strategy messed them up.
Ferrari's strategy messed them up. PS3 messed up. So I could have won.
Piastri messed up. Piastri could have had an easy race.
Yeah.
Some people, he can't fully take that. He's saying that he done the same thing twice in the two restarts, but he got penalty for one. But I feel like that second break was a bit very harsh, but he hasn't seen it yet.
I mean, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, he must have saw it in the replay room, innit?
Yeah.
But I don't know. He's saying, oh, he done it twice, but they only gave him a penalty for one.
Does he want a penalty for two?
I don't even know. I mean, if you,
then
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
No, I wanted to see Hamilton on the podium.
But Hulkenberg, though, respect, good race, clean race.
Clean race.
I don't think I saw him spin out.
No.
I think a lot of the drivers we saw spin out.
But then again, I don't think I saw him overtake Leather. Maybe one when he overtook Stroll.
Yeah.
That was about it.
That's probably it. And then everyone else was when they were in the pits.
Yeah.
Hamilton was fourth, solid fourth.
I honestly thought Hamilton would do it
when he was in the pits, but he came out 8th place.
I don't know what happened there.
And that messed him up. If it was going to be that much of a thing, they should have given him an extra lap.
I actually thought, I thought they were going to give him like another 2 laps before he boxes because, who was the first to box? Russell, right?
Russell. But Russell was a different reason, wasn't it? He wanted to risk it and he went on hards.
Yeah.
I feel like Hamilton came out in softs.
He did come out in softs, but I'm saying they should have given it an extra 2 laps just to make sure everything was right because Hamilton was the first to start off the whole pitting, innit?
Yeah, in his batch.
Yeah.
Like back to back from him.
But I think that was meant to be the point, right?
It's not even that. He
pits first and he'll come out first.
Yeah, it's not even that they had a bad pit stop. The pit stop was at 2.3 or 2.6 max.
Yeah, no, it was a quick pit stop compared to Leclerc anyway.
But the weather conditions were up and down.
And Hulkenberg had a really bad pit stop. His one was 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't know whether.
But let's just get this out of the way. So from the points, we got 1 point each as 2 points each.
Because we got Piastri Norris.
We got Piastri Norris, but both of us had it in the wrong place. So currently,
sorry,
you're winning by 1 point.
Yes, I am.
If I'm right. So I have 2 points. She had 1 point from not the Austria one.
The one before.
Which was Canada. Yes, Canada, yeah. And I've got 2 from now, so she's winning by 1. And okay, so that's out of the way. Let's go on to Russell. What do you think of Russell's strategy? Stupid. He was crying, saying let's risk it.
Before we go on to that risk it, the first risk it. What was it with? When he started on the pit lane from the pit lane.
Yeah, right? From the pit lane. But and so did Leclerc.
Yeah, and he changed from inters onto what was it,
hards.
I just don't understand that when they forecasted rain, the track was wetting itself. Why would you do that?
I think did they say they forecast light rain or was it the rain that it was?
It was rain, and I think they said the first 10 laps or something.
Yeah, and then it was the wrong move, even for Leclerc. But Russell did bring it back as he got 1 point at least, finished 10th.
Yeah,
Leclerc.
No, but Leclerc one wasn't even fully strategy because he spun out a couple of times.
Yeah,
and his spin out was quite bad.
We didn't even see anything post interview wise from him as well, innit?
No, I have not.
I haven't seen anything. I saw Hamilton's one. He wasn't happy about the strategy of Ferrari.
Yeah, it was a bit of everything. It was strategy when he spun out, a bit of everything in that last 5 seconds, I guess.
And then it was all the racing bulls. They were retired. I think it was Liam Lawson to go first.
Yes, it was.
With the crazy, was it a crazy accident for Liam Lawson? Oh, Hadja's one was bad.
Hadja's one was better.
Liam
Liam
Lawson
Lawson,
was,
did he hit someone? Didn't he?
was it Antonelli at the
Was it
back?
Antonelli? I think so. I feel like
Was it him?
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And Colapinto, is he gonna stay at Alpine or is he gone?
I don't know, man. Colapinto has consistently done bad.
Consistently done bad, but if you're thinking of Valtteri Bottas on the table, he's a solid driver, a very good driver. When
Yeah.
Gasly's finishing top 10,
Did Gasly finish top 10?
yeah, he finished in the points. He overtook Stroll in the last corner as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
So
But I feel like Alpine have a very rubbish car.
they do, but Colapinto isn't great.
No,
What do you think Jack Doohan would have done?
absolutely nothing.
Same.
He did absolutely nothing while he was there.
Fair enough. And
Had about the same amount of crashes, didn't he?
yeah,
DNFs and whatnot.
I think who after that Antonelli got told to retire his car as well.
Yeah, he had a, what was it? His
The
issue.
diffuser was damaged, so he was told to retire the car.
Yeah.
But now that Red Bull are sitting out the top 3, there's a possibility that Max Verstappen, there's a clause apparently that he's allowed to leave, or like some payment kind of thing. But do you think he's gone or staying?
I think last week I kept saying he would say there's no chance of him going, but after this week I don't know. I don't
Much
have
hope.
as much.
He
hope.
kept saying the car's really bad to drive.
Yeah, but let's bear in mind he said that in qualifying and then got Q and then he
P1.
P1. So I don't understand what that means.
He did say it's really bad when after he spun out, but he brought it back to 5th place. I believe he finished, which is amazing though.
But there's
I feel like if that was Hamilton, Hamilton wouldn't have come back.
No.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, but then doesn't that mean if Verstappen moves to Mercedes, no one's touching him?
It also depends on the team, don't it? How they are with him. Because if it's George and Max, I feel like there will be a. It won't be that, but there is a chance it can be.
I think everybody's thinking Antonelli's contract is a year contract as well,
Yeah.
right? But if you watch all the interviews, they ask all these team principals, and everyone is saying Russell is trying to find some other place to go. Antonelli isn't doing that, which means everybody thinks that if they're replacing anybody, it's Russell. It's not Antonelli.
But if it is Antonelli, they have. I feel like there'll be a clash because they have to choose the number 1 driver between Russell and Max.
Oh, between Russell and Max.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to choose. They're going to choose Max. There is no way.
But that's the thing. I don't think Russell can handle that because
really
his
can't.
ego is quite high right now.
Yeah.
But even then, who will take Russell's seat? I mean, not Russell's seat, Max's seat. Oscar Piastri.
I don't see Oscar Piastri moving to Red Bull, given that they have a very bad car, and given how well he's doing at McLaren.
I feel like the Red Bull seat all depends on the money.
That's what I was gonna say. The only reason he'll consider moving is they have to pay him out silly.
It has to be.
In his head, he also has to think he might win this year, but if he doesn't win this year, the championship, he knows staying with McLaren, he can win next year.
Did any of the Williams car come to the top 10? No. Because they both had issues last week and both cars got retired in Austria.
Yeah, the Williams is just rubbish.
And even in Austria, the McLaren didn't do too well. Lando won. Piastri, not so great. Was that in Austria? Yeah, that was in Austria, yeah.
Piastri came third, didn't he?
Did he come top 3? No, he came like 7th or something, no?
Can't remember.
Let's check this real quick. So it wasn't Piastri. Piastri came second, you're right.
Yes.
But the Canadian one is where...
But we've already done a podcast on that one.
Not the post-Canadian one, did we? Okay, we might have. The Austrian one is where... Is this where they had the accident? No,
not the Austrian one, no. But it was a very good fight between Lando and
Piastri.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Fair enough. But if Oscar Piastri goes to Red Bull, I feel like his career is coming a bit down.
Yeah, I think the team to watch out for, which everybody knows, is McLaren.
But you think Toto had any say in Russell's strategy today? Because he said, "Oh, let's just risk it," and then right after that, we saw box box.
The issue when it's like this track condition is, yeah, you can't really rely on a strategy. You rely on the driver because only they would know how it
How it
feels to
really
drive
is.
on the track. They would know how wet the track is or whatever. So you have that's why every team was asking their drivers, how do you feel with those tires? If he chose to do that, Toto or anyone isn't going to be like, no, you can't, because they don't know how it feels, because it could have felt dry.
But he got it fully wrong though.
Completely wrong.
Like I'm saying, every pit stop he called or every tire change Russell
Fully wrong.
called, it was wrong.
But I just don't know why I get why he wanted to pit. Yeah, the strategy was there, but when he was driving, you could see the water. You know, when the drivers were
Yeah,
driving past. So why would you take that risk? Especially he wanted to take that risk when he was coming up.
yeah.
So he knew that if he did that pit stop and it went wrong, it would have.
Because he was fighting with Hamilton at that point, and that's P4 Hamilton.
Mm,
So if he stayed in that,
mm,
I feel like it would have Hulkenberg wouldn't have been there.
mm,
It would have been either Russell or Hamilton.
yeah,
But he got that fully wrong. But let's go back to qualifying,
yeah.
right? We were both thinking in that Hamilton lap, the last Q3.
Close to tears.
Yeah, like I was literally out of the sofa. But we thought he's got P1.
Okay, let's not get twisted.
Until that third,
I never thought P1. I didn't think P2, P3.
until the third
But he
corner.
had purple, didn't he?
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
yellow.
yeah. It was
It was
honestly
it
the
was
hardest thing.
actually yeah. And then you see Verstappen, purple, purple, purple.
No, you
It was
see
a
Verstappen
crazy
go
lap.
from green, yellow, yellow,
Yeah.
Q1, Q2, Q3, just randomly that one lap.
But
That
where I lost hope in McLaren was they were struggling. It was at I had a I think it was mostly sector 3. They kept getting yellow.
Mm.
Or it was Piastri. He kept getting yellow in sector 3.
But Piastri was consistently number one.
Yeah.
Even with that yellow,
With
he
that
still
yellow.
was number
It's
one.
because they were getting sector 2 purple most of the time.
And sector one, Piastri.
And sector 1,
Norris
yeah.
got sector two purple.
And what about what Behrman done?
I didn't actually see it, and I still haven't seen it.
It was so crazy.
I
like
saw Max laughing at him. I only saw that part of it. It is honestly the stupidest,
so
dumbest thing
the
ever.
thing they tried to get correct is the speed limit thing for the pit stop of Silverstone. You can go all the way down that narrow line and then brake right at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So he tried doing that while there was a double yellow flag, right? And then he went and smashed into the barriers because it started raining as well. And for that, he got a 10-second time penalty, but he actually qualified P8 as well. So he started P18.
Yeah,
And where did he finish?
11th.
So that's not bad. And at the end, he was actually fighting Russell, right?
No, he was.
He was actually
very close.
fighting, yeah, Russell for P10. And another one, Lance Stroll, your favorite driver. He done quite good.
I'm
And
sorry, but when I saw Lance Stroll number 3, I gave up.
he could have got podium.
He could have. No.
He was there at a point. I feel like he was there for a long time though. For that.
He was there in the sense that Hulkenberg couldn't catch him
Mm-hmm.
because there was a big time gap. But as soon as they got there, it was boom, boom. He got taken. But the question is, how is Aston Martin, both Aston Martin top 10?
Aston Martin, they're gonna have a sick car for 2026 as well. That's why they were saying Max Verstappen could go to Aston Martin.
Mercedes engine?
Yeah.
But Mercedes in general are going to have amazing car for 2026.
That's
so
the reason they were saying that.
You'd expect Williams,
But that's
Aston
the
Martin.
thing. You'd say the same. Ferrari have a fast engine, right?
Yeah.
Sauber, Kick Sauber, Hamilton was only catching him in the straight lines because in the straight, the Ferrari engine was much faster.
Yeah.
They have different upgrades within the car compared to the other team, which made them quite fast.
Oh.
But yeah, Lance Stroll did decent. Pierre Gasly did decent. Because of Pierre Gasly, Hamilton lost a bit of time as well.
Finish. Look, Albon finished 8th.
Yeah, and Sainz finished 12th.
Yeah, but we said they didn't finish in the
top 10. Yeah. But shall we see the overall standing?
Overall standing, my guy's still winning, yeah?
So Oscar Piastri is still top with 234 points.
Look, they got the same number of podiums.
Yeah, 10-10. But it's because Norris had the DNF.
Oh, yeah.
So it's all to fight for from here. And they still can't choose one driver to go with.
But I think that is the strategy, because why would you choose one driver to go with when Norris is having his streak?
Yeah.
Right before that, Piastri had his streak of winning. Why choose one?
You shouldn't, innit? I
You
feel like
can't
you
choose
could.
one.
That
Who would you
if you
choose?
choose one, me,
Yeah, who would you choose?
I'm a Lando fan, so I'll choose Lando.
Okay, so you want Zach Brown to be like, okay, I'm a Lando fan, I'm gonna choose Lando.
Yeah.
It just doesn't
But
work.
if you come down the standings, yeah, every driver
Mhm.
in the top 9
Yeah.
have a podium except one. Do you see that?
I just saw that.
And it says 0 podiums, 0 wins, and he's still up there.
I don't know how.
And my favorite driver,
This savior is Lewis Hamilton.
0 podiums, 0 wins. And today I was really hoping for him to win. Not even to win, for third place. You don't even know how much I was crying for that.
Hey, I was up there with you, yeah.
But hopefully the car does look good now. Car looks competitive. But today was our blame strategy,
Yeah.
because there's no way you go into the pit P4 and come out P8 and don't have a reason for it.
Yeah, no, you don't do that when Kick Sauber pit after you and they come out before you. And they had double the time of the pit stop that Hamilton had, which to me just does not make sense.
So that was a crazy one. But Norris, hats off to him, and the Lando stand looked very cool.
Oh, Lando stand was really.
It was proper lit up, and yeah, I don't even know why Jack Doohan's there. Is it because he had a race?
He had a few races actually.
Okay. But yeah, the Lando stand is good. We tried his monster drink. You're not a fan of it. I like it.
But nothing sweet is mine.
But we actually wanted to go to the race as well.
So close.
But it's just very expensive.
But saying that, look at Ferrari.
In the constructors, they're second.
Yeah.
12 points ahead of Mercedes. But that's the thing. Mercedes started amazing. But you see this Mercedes has 6 podiums. But that's like probably 5 for George Russell and 1 for Antonelli. 1 win. Ferrari 4 podiums. Fully Leclerc.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's just they're consistently been finishing top 7.
Yeah, Ferrari.
Today is the only time where Leclerc didn't get points, but Hamilton up there.
Yeah, I actually had a question to ask you. You say McLaren's issue is they're not choosing main driver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's Ferrari's main driver?
I don't even know. If I was the team engineer,
yeah,
and had to choose a main driver, I'd probably
You're gonna
go
say
with
Hamilton?
Charles.
Charles.
He's more consistent this season.
You can't say that because he's been in the car for how many years?
That's the thing as well. Probably for this season, it's safer to go with Charles as the first driver as well, no?
Yeah, but with Ferrari, what you've seen is they've never let their drivers fight, which is what you have with McLaren.
But I feel like this weekend itself, it proved the benefits of a home track, because even in qualifying everything, he couldn't beat Lewis.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I think when it comes to your home race, you are just
like it's like Monaco where Hamilton could have touched Leclerc. Hamilton was just on his own on the track.
No.
But yeah. So the next podcast will be on what's the next race?
Spa. Belgium.
So we have to do our research on it. I don't think I've watched the Spa race.
I don't think I've seen it.
So 25th to 27th. So we'll do a podcast before that on our predictions. And how many races to go? I think there's like 10 or 11, no?
I think it's now 2 a month, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
So 12 races to go. I think this was a midpoint there. They did say, yes. So we're halfway through. And
I have a feeling right up until this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, you're not going to have a winner for the a drivers' championship.
We're not gonna have a winner for the drivers' championship. That's fine. You think our points would be close to then, or do you think
I
one
think
of
I'm gonna
us?
win.
You think you're gonna win?
I think up until the point you keep saying Hamilton, I'm gonna win.
I feel like Belgium.
Or
Spa.
up until the point you actually give Piastri a chance, I will win.
I'll give Piastri a chance.
You have never said Piastri.
I said Piastri this weekend. Not up to win, but podium.
Up until you say Piastri might win a race, you're not gonna win.
But yeah, we leave it there for this week.
Did we talk about all of this?
Yeah, that's all Austria. What we missed. There was, to be honest, there's not much to talk about the British one.
It was a very good. I mean, it was a good race in the sense that there was
It's
a lot
a
of
race.
fighting,
There was a lot of fights.
but at the same time, I felt like I was watching the virtual safety car for the
Yeah.
first like half an hour.
So it was like 50-50. And yeah, what we spoke about is what happened really. But hopefully the weather's better for the Belgian one. It should be better.
Yeah.
But if it is as hot, then Mercedes, they're not going to be there because of cooling issues. But we need to see who's bringing upgrades for that as well. Because Red Bull had a new floor for this one, but only on Verstappen's car, nothing on Sonoda's car. Sonoda's car is still undrivable.
Do you think they would make any change to that?
That's the thing. I feel like there should be an upgrade coming for his car at least.
Is this the 2 week break? You know, the summer break, or is this the next?
I think this is a 2 week break, but I don't know what it is.
This is a 2 week break. The August one is a 2 week break as well. So which one is the summer break?
I feel like it's after the Hungarian one in August. But yeah, so we leave it there for now. We'll catch you in our predictions for the Belgian one.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.